Today we'll have a discussion on Android external storage. Android external storage are also known as Android external databases. Here what you can do is you can make use of external medium and you can store data, your application data in these databases. For an example, if you have a hardware SD card available, this SD card can be treated as an external storage. On this SD card, you can store files related to your application, and whenever you need to access these files, you can get access to SD card and you can grab your data. In order to proceed further, we are going to have a quick demonstration of how we can make use of external databases. I would like to give you a quick view of all the functions, classes which we are going to make use of in this demonstration. First of all, we are going to make use of environment class, using which we are going to make use of a specific function, and that is known as get external storage state. Using this, you can identify whether some external storage medium is available on your mobile device or not. Using option number 2, we are going to make use of context class, and we are going to access few methods like get external files dir. This method is used in previous API versions, and using this function you can get access to the directory, the primary, shared and external storage. There is another method, that is get external files dirs, which is now used in 19 and above API. Using this method, you can get access to all the primary and shared storage devices available on your mobile phone. So let's get started with a quick demonstration wherein we are going to create an application and we are going to make use of these methods there. In third step, you are going to specify read external storage and write external storage permissions in order to access to these external medium. So let's get started with our project. We're going to create a new Android application project. Within this project, I'm going to call this project as Demo82, and I'm going to rename that application package name as Demo82.1. Let's go to next. I'm going to create this application for a minimum SDK Android 2.2, which is Froyo. I will be testing my application on my Froyo device, and this is visible in front of you. I'm going to create a new blank activity. Let's go next. Name of the activity will be main activity. Layout will be activity underscore main. Title will be main activity, or you can also call it as Demo82. And finally, the resources file is menu underscore main. We'll click on finish, and our new Android application project will be created for us. In this project, we are going to create a layout. Then we are going to drop a few controls. We'll specify text on these controls, and finally we will perform activity or event handling code wherein we will access our external databases and we are going to display the information of these databases. We'll go to content underscore main.xml, and I'll switch to the design view. We have a default layout available here, and the default layout shown in the content view is a relative layout wherein we have a default text view. I'm going to rename this text view to somewhat more meaningful, and let me just call it as, this is going to be my SD card state. So first of all, we are going to access the SD card state. If there is an SD card mounted on our mobile device, then we are going to access directories and external directories for primary and shared partitions and external medium, or else what we can do is we can get information about all primary and shared external databases or external SD card connected on our mobile device. So the first thing is we are going to get the SD card state. Second thing we are going to grab is we are going to write a small text here, and within this I'm going to define something like you can call it as external file storage, wherein you can store external file storage. Since I'm using API less than 19, I can only access to external file storage on primary SD card medium, but in mobile operating versions greater than API 19, you can get access to file directories as well. So what that particular part is, I'll explain you in code. So now what exactly we have two text views available. The first one is text view 2, another one is text view. I'm going to click on save. Let us switch to main activity. Herein what we'll do, we are going to refer these two text view controls in our application, that is TV1 and TV2. We are going to import text view class in our application project. Just after set support action bar, I would like to refer controls in Java. To do that, I'm going to store TV1. We are going to find view control by its ID, and I'm going to get r.id.textView2 for the first one, and let me just switch to text. We'll typecast it to text view so that find view by ID can return and store the value in our TV1. Finally, we are going to make use of another control, and that is going to be our text view, and I'm going to store that in TV2. So finally, I'm done with reference of the control, and next I'm going to get external databases available in device. To do that, I'm going to make use of a class environment, and within this I'm going to execute the method get external storage state. Using this method get external storage state, either you can specify null parameters or you can specify path of the external storage. So at the moment we simply like to execute this get external storage state. This get external storage state method returns a string. This string will inform you the current state of your external storage. So I'm going to store that in a variable known as state, and finally we are going to print a toast, or what else we can do is we can specify that in our text tv1.setText, and we are going to add that on our text view 1, and I'm going to call it as SD card state is, and we are going to specify the state here. So we have got that state here. So finally we have the state here, and next what we need to do is we are going to save that, and we are going to test that on our mobile device. As soon as we play the application, I am going to test that on my LG P500 00. And one important thing is, let's click on OK. At the moment you don't need any permissions to identify state of your external storage, but once you would like to access some directory or files from the SD card, there you need to specify read and write permissions to the external storage in Android manifest.xml. So let's switch back to the device here, and as soon as our application run, we'll get the result. Whenever you need to access your files or storage data from external storage, it is always a good idea to check whether your SD card is mounted or not. In many mobile devices it may be possible an application is being executed at that moment when the user has drawn his SD card out. In that case, your application may fall into some exception state if you have not handled this get external storage state in a proper way. So as soon as we run the application, you can see that your SD card state is displayed as mounted. I hope you understand that SD card is mounted at the moment on your mobile phone. Let's get back to the code and we'll go to the next part. Now from this SD card, we are going to identify the location where you will be storing your data on the external storage medium. In order to do that, let's get back to the code here. Now what we'll do, we're going to write another demo and we're going to identify get external database location where you will store your files. And in order to do that, you need to have some permissions, and that I'll specify in a couple of minutes. Here in this case, you're going to make use of context, and using context, you will be able to identify your external files dir. And to do that, we're going to make use of context, and using the context, we are going to get external files dir. And since we already had the context available in the activity, so I'm not going to make use of any external context class. I will directly execute the method get external files dir. So here you can see that you have two methods. One is your external files dir, which will receive a string and it will return you access to the file or the directory. Okay. So in API less than 19, you have to execute this method get external files dir, wherein you can get information about your primary, shared or external database. In mobile devices with API greater than API level 19, you can execute the method get files dirs, and this will return you an array of files, and this array will contain all primary and shared external locations within your mobile device. So since I'm using Froyo, I would like to make use of get external files dir method, and within this at the moment I'm going to specify null because I don't want to look for a specific location. I would like to get the root file system for my application package where my files will be stored on the external card. So in order to do that, it is going to return me a file, and I'm going to store that in a variable known as file. I'm going to import file class using alt enter, and once I'm done, I'm going to get the path, and that is going to be file path, and this I'll get using the method file dot get absolute path. Using this, I'm going to get the absolute path of my SD card directory. You can also call it as your app dir on external storage. Okay. So now what we'll do, we're going to make use of another text, that is tv2.setText, and here we are going to display external storage location for your app, and this will be your variable, and that is app dir. So now once we are done, in order to access get external files dir, you have to specify read and write permissions within your manifest file. In order to do that, I'll switch to the project mode. We'll go to manifests, double click on Android manifest.xml. Here above the application tag, I'm going to write users permission, and the permission which I'm going to make use of is android.permission.read external storage, and the second one will be another permissions will be users permission android.permission.write external storage. So finally we have got these permissions installed and used in our application. We will be using these following two permissions. One will be to read the external storage, and second will be to write the external storage. Once we are done, let's save it and now we are going to test our application on our mobile device. We'll click on OK, build will be done, and this time we are going to get the external file storage for our application. Again I am telling you, get external files dir will return you primary shared and external storage medium. So if you are using a mobile device more than KitKat or up to KitKat version, you can make use of another method that is known as get external files dirs, and using that you can identify external storage for all shared and external medium storage available on your mobile phone. So now you can see that my SD card is mounted, and the current external storage location for my app on my device is /mnt/SD card Android data demo821.devanshu.hackveda.demo82 and within the files. So now if I'm going to create any of the files, it is going to be stored at this location. I hope you enjoyed the demo. Thank you for watching.